Giannis is the MVP this year. And I think that if the only way that you can say that LeBron is the MVP if you use like a if you're using some sort of narrative, it's not going to be based in a whole lot of numbers, but you could say maybe the only way you could say LeBron, he's basically playing point guard for the Lakers now. And I want to I meant to preface this whole video actually. I am a huge Laker fan, so anything I say negatively about the Lakers, please know that it doesn't. I don't love saying all this stuff, but I got to keep it real and just say what I'm actually thinking. So if you disagree, that's fine. I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. Pretty much every advanced stat that Giannis has is better than LeBron. And I mean, LeBron's been really good. Like if I would give him 2, but he started off just like a hair slow. The only thing that he has on him is more assists per game. And like here's the advanced stats. So like I mean, box plus minus is basically just points added versus points taken away. So like Giannis is adding about 11.5 points per game this year. And then LeBron, who's playing really well, but his box plus minus is 8.7, and it's just his VORP is 5.7 and LeBron's is 6. So true shooting, Giannis is where's true shooting 6.08, and then Giannis is 6.08, and then LeBron's 5.582. So like there's not a whole lot. I mean, I'm not trying to just cherry pick stats here. I mean, you can look across. Basically, the only thing that's really better is the assist rate, just because LeBron's playing point guard pretty much. Which, I mean, I understand. He is a better passer than Giannis. I will admit that. But, I mean, Giannis is the defensive player of the year. He should just be MVP. He should be defensive player of the year. He's just so overwhelming, and he's scoring almost 30 points a game on – where's his points? He's scoring – 29.6 points per game on not even 31 minutes a game. It's crazy. He's just like so efficient. Look, LeBron is averaging 35 and he's scoring 25.6. Not that LeBron is having a bad season at all, but I just don't really see an argument that you could really put together for me unless you're just on the narrative of how good. I mean, the Lakers have been really, really good. Unless you just are defining most valuable player a little differently, saying that like the Lakers would be so much worse without LeBron as opposed to the Bucks without Giannis, which I guess I could get that argument, but that is basically the only thing that's really working your way. And I mean, we'll see how these last 8 games go. Because I will say whenever Giannis got hurt, if the season would have gone normally, there was plenty of time. If Giannis would have missed enough games, LeBron could have definitely gotten it. But the way the circumstances are right now, I don't see it. I'm sorry. Giannis for MVP. Let's go. And then my last take, also against my boys, is I think the Clippers are going to win the championship. As much as I hate to admit it. Again, sad day. Sad day here at Easy 8035. But I want to see the Lakers-Clippers in a 7-game series where everyone is healthy. No one is out. No one's quarantined. I would love to see it in the conference finals. I mean, they'll probably wind up playing the Bucks, is what I'll guess. But I think the Clippers just have a little bit of a better roster. And I also forgot. I mean, people forget that they signed Joakim Noah right before everything went into lockdown, and that might be really huge. Because the only thing, okay, so they have LeBron and Anthony Davis, obviously, but the versatility of Kawhi and Paul George, everybody's talking about how like, oh, LeBron hasn't had this much rest in a long time, you know what I mean, this and that. I mean, Kawhi is basically he was on one leg, won the championship last year. He was like limping around, just still locking everybody down. And then you have Paul George, who I would have given Paul George Defensive Player of the Year. If I had a Defensive Player of the Year vote last year, he would have gotten, I don't know, 3rd. So like you have basically 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates on the same team that are incredibly versatile. Look at that size. And then you have a really good guard rotation. I know Patrick Beverley's going to be gone for a little while. But you have Lou, Patrick Beverley, and then Montrezl Harrell. I mean, Montrezl Harrell obviously can't guard Anthony Davis, but he is an energy guy and he's a harasser. And I mean, Anthony Davis is going to get his buckets, but he's not going to let anybody just push him around. Nobody. As much as Anthony Davis is going to get his buckets for sure, for sure. But they just have so many things they can go to. And I think losing Avery Bradley, too. I was looking at some of the Lakers roster, and I like it, obviously. But I just don't think it's quite as deep, and the pieces aren't. I'm a little skeptical of the J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters thing. It's been looking pretty good, but I mean, we're only playing scrimmages right now, so I'm gonna hold off before I really fall in love with that. It's gonna sound weird in 2020 talking about this, but LeBron's obviously gonna be incredible, but I really want to see what the big men rotation does in the playoffs against like these best teams every night, because I mean they've been incredible all season, and it's weird to say how important the big man play is in 2020, because a lot of times you would say that doesn't matter, but I think it really matters coming into this. Hopefully these two teams meet in the conference finals, because that's what I want to see. But yeah, Clippers is my 2020 champion. Scream at me in the comments, do whatever you want. But yeah, hopefully you like this video. Just some of my thoughts before the season. I want to talk about stuff like this more in my Twitch chat, so go over there and then whenever I go live, we can always talk about it. Just say whatever you want in the chat, and I'll give you my thoughts, or we can talk about whatever. But yeah, like this video, please, and subscribe if you don't mind. I'm going to be talking about more random stuff like this. You know, I've put up a bunch of other random stuff, but yeah, hopefully you guys like everything that we've been coming out with. But way more videos coming soon. I'll talk to you guys next time.